I'm actually with Real Business Support, which going back probably about 5 years ago was known as the Financial Counselling Service, which you probably might have heard of back then. So Real Business Support is actually a not-for-profit organisation, and it's funded by federal as well as state governments. So we have two sides. We have the project side and we have the financial counselling side, which is part I'm on. The project side might be of even interest to young guns. They do with looking at things that are agriculture related to assist to go forward. Part of the involvement they've had with them over recent times has been the pork industry, and further back was the dairy industry. So the Real Business has had quite a bit of input into making things happen for those industries as well. So I'm going to talk mostly on the financial counselling side, which covers the area of assistance. So it may be relevant to you or it may not, depending on circumstances. So to start off with, the Financial Counselling Service has 12 counsellors. We've actually got another 2 on at the moment because of conditions the way they are. It's been quite a high calling for it, more so than we've ever known before actually. So we've got 12 counsellors that are normally there, plus the other 2 at the moment. So we cover all of the state. So we go from the southeast right through to pastoral, Eyre Peninsula and across. And we're also dealing with Northern Territory at the moment as well, which started off back when the cattle market was having certain troubles back then. So it's continued on ever since. And there's counselling services across the country as well. So as far as someone like me, a counsellor, going out and dealing with people, it's usually generally we're called upon for a position of financial concern. So a farmer's got concerns about his financial position and wants to look at ways that he can improve them before the bank, in some cases, is going to foreclose or something like that. So our main focus is on finances, and we also will look at, because that's a concern, then we'll go out there and look at all the financials and take a full picture of what the farm is situated, what produce is taking place, and look right into it. And then we can also then work with relevant people to hopefully make the position better before it's too late. So we'll work with the lending institutions, go and sit down with the banks and discuss structures for their lending facilities. We'll work on interest rate. It's amazing the amount of times that farmers do not ask their bank about their interest rates and can they improve them, because generally, if it's been a while and you decide you're going to ask the question, you will generally get something positive happen. So it's well worth asking the bank on a regular basis how you're sitting and what can they do to better your interest rate or your actual facilities. Then we also will look at ways we can provide assistance to improve the situation, which I'll come to that in a minute. And then also, it might mean we just need to refer people on to other institutions or professional services, whether it's accountants, legals, or anything along that line. Also, we do succession planning to the point where we deal with the succession side to the point where we take all the details and look at processes, and then when it comes to the cost for the person to go out and get the legals done or anything to do with the accountant, wills or whatever, at least the cost is not extreme compared to what it could be if they're going through the whole process with, say, a lawyer or someone like that. So that's well worth being aware of as well. So what I'll do now, and the other thing is it's not only a financial concern where we're called in, it could be also, for example, back in as much as they were horrid at the time, Pioneer fires and also the Adelaide Plains floods. I had involvement with both of those, and that was a really horrible situation for everybody. The trouble that concerned me at the time was there was actually very little assistance that was provided out there. I mean, they had a $10,000 grant, which was really good, and that was put on from PIRSA side of things to assist with the clean-up. And then there was Centrelink assistance and to a point some assistance with insurance cover side of things, but that was where a lot of people had concerns too, because the amount of insurance that wasn't covered. And fencing was another thing. So when it comes to a disaster such as we had back then, the amount of help that's out there is really hard to find. So that's one of the only things I have a problem with, that we've got one main thing at the moment, but when it comes to really hard times, it's really hard to see something really happening out there for some people. So all right, now I'm just going to cover quickly what kind of assistance is available to primary producers. And in our service, what I'm saying, our service will cover, we're going to go out and see a farmer. We look at primary producers who could be any form of primary producer, whether it's livestock cropping, even market gardening, fruit growing, vineyards, even fishing. So there's a whole range of what a primary producer comes under. So one of the things that's available at the moment is the farm household allowance, which is a fortnightly payment from Centrelink, and that's actually it's designed to be sort of to cover living and everyday expenses. So it's like a fill-in for just your everyday living, so you can concentrate on the other things without having to worry about that. So it's actually quite generous. It's a 4-year term maximum, and you can actually stop and start it at any time. So if you feel that things are going fine for you and you think, oh, I'm not going to worry about doing this now, you can actually stop it, and then if times get tough, you can start again up to a maximum of 4 years. So the maximum amount at the moment for a couple per person per fortnight is about $601 each. $501 each. So it's $601 for a single person who's got a child. So that's per fortnight, and then a single person on their own, it's $555 per fortnight. So admittedly it's fortnight, it's not huge in the sense for some people, but at the same time it's an added benefit. And along with getting that, you also get the opportunity, you get concessions, by receiving any Centrelink payment, you get concessions on your utilities bills, and should be able to get registration concessions, and then you also get a healthcare card, which especially for those who've got medical concerns, that can certainly make a huge difference to cost of prescriptions and things like that. So they're worthwhile. And in addition, you have each person that's receiving the benefit gets a $3,000, what they call training and advice payment. And with that money, the idea is to use it for the benefit of achieving some kind of advice. For example, it might be an agronomist. You can also get the agronomist to undertake soil tests. It might be training to do with, you might want to get a wool planter's licence. So you can go and do the training for that, and that's funded by the course, funded by this money up to $3,000. So you've got benefit, and if you also want to look at outside of farm work, like forklift licence or something, it will also allow you to do that. So that's quite beneficial in itself. So that's farm household allowance for up to 4 years maximum, and the eligibility on it is largely based on assets and income. Assets, as long as it's not exceeding 5 million net. So your assets minus your debt, as long as it's not more than 5 million. Being an Australian citizen, which should be pretty easy for most people here, and also just making sure that the bulk of your time is spent contributing labour and capital to the farm, not outside of another job or something like that. So it's well worth considering when times are tough, or if you know someone that's struggling, certainly mention it to them, because some people don't like the fact it's Centrelink, but it's really quite helped a lot of people over time. The other thing I've put on the table there is the Regional Income Investment Corporation loans. I'm not pushing those, I'm just letting you know they're there. There's two types of loans. They're drought and investment loans. They're set up by the government, lend up to $2 million and at 3.58% interest rate. You can have it for 10 years. It's interest only for the first 5 years, and the last 5 years have to be principal and interest. So they're available, and you've got to leave 50% of the debt with your lender, so you can't move the whole lot of your debt across. But I always believe that the best thing to do first is to check with the bank, because I've actually heard that some banks have actually met their interest rate. So, it's not relevant to everybody, but I'd suggest checking with your bank and asking them what they can offer before you think about moving a whole heap of money elsewhere. But I'm only letting you know because I need to let you know about that. And further to that, and I haven't actually gone on there, I don't think yet. The one that I've handed out that's the drought guide, it's guided assistance. Yeah, that one. That's got a wealth of information on it, and so some of these I just quickly mentioned will be on that, and they're well worth having a look at. There's assistance for primary producers from CWA, as an example, utilised mainly to pay everyday bills like your electricity, phone. So they will actually provide some assistance, but it has to be done through a financial counsellor with RBS, just so you know that, and up to a maximum of 3,000. The other one I would like to let you know about, and we've sort of covered that with Emma, and that is about the feed and fodder. There is a bio-bar, which you've probably heard about anyway, which is listed on that sheet again. You can go onto the website. You can actually put on there if you want to offer fodder or hay or whatever, but you can also put on there if you're in shortage and would like to be able to receive some if it was available. And that's about a 2 or 3 minute exercise on the net. Fill out a few details and click it off. So just so you're aware of that. And all of these that I'm mentioning, there's the websites on those sheets. So another one that I wanted to make you aware of, and I haven't got the details here, and your accountants would probably know about this probably as well, is the farm rebate scheme. That's also listed on there and gives you access to where you need to go to find it. But it's for anything to do with water, basically saving water, I suppose. So you're looking at water, pipes, pumps, storage, anything that's basically water, dams, bores, tanks, and what they're offering at the moment, the government's offering 25% on all purchases, new purchases, and installation costs as well. And that goes, I think it's till 2020, I think it's March or June 2020 that you're allowed to access that assistance, but it's 25% your rate. So if you've actually had to buy something, you might as well take advantage of the fact you've got 25% off and get that looked at. And just in finalising, I just want to add to the list of things that are to do with assistance is also the awareness of mental health, because I'm finding, and probably you are, it's becoming more and more concerning as to people in the community and suicides and all the rest. So there's actually a toolkit, and I don't think it's on there, but it's called ifarmwell, or one word, .com.au, and you can actually go on it, and it's got a toolkit on it, and it deals with stressful situations, and it's got 5 modules, and it's quite interactive, so that's worth having a look at. And just on that also, a lot of people don't realise, but if you've got depression or whatever, and if you know of someone, they can actually go to the doctor and get a referral, and they can have a year's number of, it's about 7 or 8 sessions with a psychologist free of charge. And I don't think a lot of people realise that that's available to them. So they need to go to the doctor, get a referral, and then they should be able to get some assistance with no cost. And that's about all I've got to say, so thank you. And definitely, out of all of those, I'd suggest that drought assistance is well worth looking at, and also the farm household allowance brochure's got all the information about that as well. Thank you very much.